Nick, how many of you out there are looking for a job right now? You're not alone. 14.8 million other people are also looking for a job. And you need to figure out how to stand out in that crowd. Why? Because it's getting more and more difficult to find a job. Even the people who already have a job should be looking for a job. Because the average job in America only lasts 3.9 years. And before the age of 42, you're expected to have 11 different jobs. If you're unemployed for some reason, it's going to take you 8 months to find a job. That's 32 weeks of Judge Judy reruns. And frankly, if this guy can keep finding gigs, so can you. So what makes me feel qualified to talk about this? Well, I've had a few jobs. Maybe more than a few. I've had 42 of them. I've flipped burgers, sold burgers, and made burgers. I've mixed paint, I've mixed pizza sauce, and I've mixed dangerous chemicals. I've sold satellite dishes, cell phones, and went door to door selling vacuum cleaners. And I've had some crap jobs too. I sold glow-in-the-dark necklaces at the carnival. I was a bouncer at a bar on the north end of Lansing, so if I kicked any of you out, I apologize. What does this mean? Apparently I can't hold a job. But I sure as hell know how to find one. And I have always said that I will do whatever it takes to put money in my pocket and food on the table. If an employer wants me to dress up in a chicken suit, I'm going to be out there clucking loud and proud. So now you know why you need to find a job. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. How do you find a job? Well, the first thing you do, take one of these old-fashioned things that's called a newspaper. This one happens to be the Ann Arbor Press. Sorry, guys. And you open it to the classifieds. You find the job section, and you wipe your ass with it. Because less than 15% of the jobs are advertised. And that includes online, too. And if you do see something you like online, you're going to be applying with 1,000 other people. So how do you stand out in that crowd when the managers are only giving each resume less than 30 seconds? You do it with hard work. You out-hustle the other people because the other people are putting an average of 18 minutes a day into finding a job. 18 minutes. I've put more than 18 minutes into finding these socks. So you need to get out there and you need to hump it. You need to work it. And you need to make a list. You need to make a list of all the jobs you've ever had and the responsibilities that you've had each of those jobs. Because you are infinitely more qualified for way more jobs than you can realize. And then you need to make a list of everybody you know. It doesn't matter if they're a janitor or a CEO. It doesn't matter if they work for Microsoft or Betty's Buttons. Write them down. Write everybody down. And then call them. Don't email them. Don't Facebook them. Don't tweet them. Call them. Because your job is to expand your network. You're going to invite them out to breakfast, lunch, dinner, beers, a 3 a.m. Denny's run. It doesn't matter. Because your job is to find a new gig. And you need to get in front of them face to face. Because it's much harder for somebody to say no to you. They're much more invested in your career when they're looking at you eye to eye. So get in front of these people. If they're putting 18 minutes a day into finding a job and you put 8 hours, it's not going to take you 8 months to find a gig. It's going to take you less than 10 days. So get out there, out-hustle people, and you need to be aware that any job that's out there, you're only going to be about 50% qualified for. You need to jump in, both arms, paddle like hell, and prove that you own that job. And then you need to respect the employers. The union mentality does not work anymore. They took a big risk when they opened their doors, and they took a big risk when they hired you. And you need to show them that appreciation because their success depends on you, and your success depends on them. And if anybody ever asks you to dress up in a chicken suit, got a couple words of advice for you.
That clip's going to be everywhere. That clip of him clucking like a chicken. Bill Moore, winner.